Yes.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
He's got glasses. He's got a yacht.
You don't say.
He's not only got a yacht, he's got a bicycle.
Daphne?
That's right, it is Yacht Rock Wednesday. And on this day, I like to do adult contemporary hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And they are normally of a Caucasian persuasion. Now, I'm getting to these a little late tonight. It's 11 o'clock right now. And the reason why is that I had to go to CVS to pick up a prescription. And when I was there was like a huge line that was there. And then when I get up there, they're like, well, your prescription's going to cost this amount of money. And I was like, to hell it is. And so they're like, okay, well, sit down over there and we'll see what we can do. But we have to get these other people out of the way. I'm fine. I'm a very, very patient person. So I go to sit down, I'm on my phone, and all of a sudden I start to hear a ruckus happening right around the corner in the line of the that people are standing in, you know. And so all of a sudden the left side of my brain goes, World Star! But the right side of my brain realizes that
Bitches be crazy, you know that.
and I'm not going to get involved. And so all of a sudden, this girl who had been sitting right next to me, maybe about 10 feet away from me over here, all of a sudden goes like, hey, she was waiting on me. I have COVID. And then everybody's like, once she left, I'm like, give me some hand sanitizer, give me something. And I felt like going home and so that's why I'm getting done doing that. I also had to get an antihistamine because my allergies and my nose has been running all day long. So I need that to stop. So that's out of the way. So the first song that I'm going to do, it might be the only song because it's 11 o'clock, but I'll try to get to. The first song that I'm going to do is from 1977. And it's from one of the Gibb brothers. It's from Andy Gibb, and the song is called I Want to Be Your Everything. Now, I was 8 years old when this song came out, and you know, going to school dances and things like that, and this was a very, very popular song. Now, you know, back in the day, we didn't have Google or Wikipedia or anything like that. We just went off of whatever, you know, some girl read in a Teen Beat magazine, or, you know, what you might have learned on Solid Gold or anything else like that. We didn't know the ins and outs of, you know, certain songs like that. Everything was basically rumor. So imagine my surprise when I go, and let me move over here. When I go on Wikipedia and I'm doing my research, as I do, and I go and I'm reading an article, and all of a sudden it says under personnel this. And it's one of those kind of things where it's like, I was this years old when I found out that Joe Walsh played guitar on this song.
Get the fuck out of here!
I had no idea. So I felt that was a trip, and I needed to bring that to light. Now, the other thing is that only one of the brothers helped out with the song, and that, of course, is Barry. Barry was the driving force behind everything, you know, the Bee Gees and all their hits and the songwriting and yeah, just about everything. And you couldn't tell the Gibbs anything in the 70s because they were just hit makers. So there's that. Now, Andy died in 1988, the year after I graduated from high school. I often thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was like shortly after, like in the early 80s, but I didn't realize it was the late 80s. And I think the way it happens is that it was Andy, who's the youngest, and then Maurice died somewhere in the early 2000s, and then I think Robin died in 2012. And so the only one left is Barry. So, rest in peace to all of his brothers. And you guys had great songs. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts. And Balamo. It went to number 1 in Australia, number 1 in Brazil, number 1 in Chile, number 1 in Canada, number 11 on the Canada Adult Contemporary, number 24 on the Netherlands Desktop 40, number 13 in Spain, number 2 in New Zealand, number 26 in the UK, number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 8 on the U.S. Adult Contemporary, number 19 on the U.S. Hot Soul Singles, number 1 on the U.S. Cashbox, number 1 on U.S. Radio and Records, and number 1 on U.S. Record World. Now, this song, as you can see, was a hit. I mean, it was a Gibb song, so of course it was going to be a hit. It was the 70s, right after Saturday Night Fever came out, so of course it was going to be a hit. It was disco, so of course it was going to be a hit. So it was a hit. So if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm trying to do at least 10 videos each and every week. So without any further ado, here is Andy Gibb, and I Want to Be Your Everything.
And here we go.
For so long, you and me been finding each other for so long, and the feeling that I feel for you is more than stronger. Take it from me, if you give a little more than you're asking for, your love will turn the key. Darling mine, I would wait forever for those lips of wine. Build my world around you, darling. This love will shine, girl. Watch it and see. If you give a little more than you're asking for, your love will turn the key. I just wanna be your everything. Open up the heaven in your heart and let me be the things you are to me, and not some puppet on a string. You laying in the love I have to bring. I'd do anything to be your for so long. You and me been finding each other for so long, and the feeling that I feel for you is more than stronger. Take it from me, if you give a little more than you're asking for, your love will turn the key. I just wanna be your everything. Open up the heaven in your heart
you know what? It gives a whole new perspective when I know, even though I'm watching Andy Gibb play guitar, that it is Joe Walsh. Because, you know, I love Joe Walsh. I've actually seen Joe Walsh in concert sometime in the after 2010, about before 2015. And Joe Walsh is very, very talented guitar player. He has a lot of different guitars, and he's a very funny guy, and he is from Ohio, so there's always that. And, you know, having him sober, because he was a big time boozer back in the day, having him sober is almost even better. He's funnier, and, you know, he's got a little bit more charisma. But I'm sure back when he was drinking and doing stuff, he was probably the life of the party. I've heard stories about him, you know, wrecking hotel rooms and things like that. So, you know, that was then. This is now. You know, I love Joe Walsh. I think I would put him somewhere in my top 10 as far as guitar players. But I'm sure other people are like, really? Joe Walsh? But yes, I would. But the song is just this mellow song. Again, you wouldn't think Joe Walsh would be on it, but he is. Andy Gibb does have, you know, doing the falsetto like his brothers, and it worked for him. You can hear Barry in the background. You can also hear, and, you know, this is probably the first time I've had, you know, headphones on listening to the song. You can also hear the instrumentation and realizing that it's not an orchestra, it's actually synthesizer. You can hear the delay and things like that, you know, that you would have with the synthesizer over an orchestration, which a lot of, you know, certain songs in the 70s were actually using orchestration. But I'm sure with the, and that's one of the whole reasons why Queen on their A Day at the Races and A Night at the Opera had to put like no synthesizers were used, even though there were, to kind of detract from those people who were going about saying like, I don't want to listen to music that, you know, synthesizers are used on there. I want to listen to pure, you know, instrumentation music. So you do what you do. You know, back in the day, we're like, oh, they're not using keyboard synthesizers, Queen, and realizing that, you know, it's a gimmick. It's all part of, you know, sales. It's all part of the illusion. It's all part of, you know, entertainment. There's a lot of things you can get away with in this world by claiming it's entertainment or it's humor or it's whatever. I'm never mad at anybody who's doing their hustle, who's getting on their grind. And, you know, there was a lot of that going on in the 70s. So, if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.